choose to heal. Anything and everything, whatever we've gone through, we can forgive it. Anything that we've gone through. And with everything that's happening right now, it's coming up to surface now, but this has been going on for eons. You understand? It must be this way. This is the outcome of what has been happening spiritually. At a spiritual level, there has been a battle, a spiritual battle going on against light and darkness, right? And as the light wins, the darkness must be revealed in order to be uprooted from the earth, in order for it to be annihilated. You understand? And so, with that being said, we as the children of God are expected to act accordingly. And what we need to do on our end is heal. And when I say we could forgive any and everything, we can. We can forgive any and anything. These things have been happening from the beginning of times. You understand? It's even in the Bible. And I haven't read the Bible like that. I haven't, but I remember this part of the Bible where somebody was going to someone's house and the guy was like, "Bring out your daughters or something so that I could have sex with them." No, it wasn't the daughters. It was it was they wanted to bring out the people that were staying there, the guys, the angels that were staying there, the community that they were in came to the house and they wanted the person to bring out the people that came to stay with them so that they could have sex with them, and they were men. And the guy was like, "No, I have my daughters here. Here, have my daughters." You understand? The wickedness has always been going on for eons, right? And so the same way when God told Noah to, get the ark and whatever, and get the people up in there, that he was gonna save everyone, he was gonna destroy everything. God is doing that just right now, except that he's not destroying anything that doesn't need to be destroyed. He's uprooting evil, because we're coming out of the Bronze Age, where we were ruled by powers of darkness, principalities, witchcraft, different organizations, all of that stuff, right? That's being uprooted, and this spiritual battle has been won in the spiritual realm. However, in order things happen in the spiritual realm first, and then it manifests in this 3D reality. And so, as I have been exposing certain powers and principalities at work, and this diabolicalness is not only happening at a higher level, right? It happens in our homes, okay, in the towns that we grew up in. It happens with our family, you know. It just, that's just how it's been. It's just been covered. And people have seek to protect their character, their position in society, and instead of protecting the victim, right? But because this has been uprooted at such a global level, I can only imagine all those silent voices that have not been able to live in their truth, right? Whether young, old, some of them couldn't speak up before. And it gives a lot of rage, right? And it can cause a psychosis. We can go into a psychosis if we're not vigilant about our energy, which is why it's important that we heal, that we choose to forgive. And we can choose to forgive by identifying the spirits that were operating through these people. And by doing so, you can understand that it's not the person itself, it's the spirits that were operating through these people. And then you could also think about, how did this person make it to be this way? What happened to this person, right? They had to be at a low frequency where they were open to becoming a host for this dark energies, right? And then this is how they became possessed. And they were operating through these negative energies, through these negative entities, doing things where they lost their soul, right? They lost their moral compass. And I speak on this. I go back to my videos and check out like the things that I say about losing our souls. People who look normal and they're it's not them inside those vessels anymore. Molestation is a form of energy harvesting, right? And so the one thing that we can do is choose to heal and protect our energy, because this is an energetic battle. Donald Trump said this. He said it in a very sarcastic way, where, and this is how it's usually done, they have to tell you what they do, but they have to say it in such a way that you don't think is real. He said the next World War III will be energetic, is an energetic battle, which means that we have to protect our energy. Now, the one thing that they are going to do is instill fear, right? Because if you're operating at a lower vibration, your energy can be siphoned. And these entities that are operating through these people in places of power, they lack that. They lack energy because it's not them who are inside those vessels. They have been possessed. And you see how the devil, he doesn't come out, like, he's not going to come out with the horns saying, hey, it's me, right? He's gonna come through the closest people to you, the people, like sometimes your mother, sometimes your father, sometimes your brother. Anyone that is of low vibration can be used and will be used. So these tactics, which are very real, they're very real. I'm not gonna take it from us. They're very real. It's happening. We see it in the news. Even the news is conspiring with these people. That's why we have to be vigilant about what we take in. But the most important thing that we can do is heal. Because the battle is energetic. Transmute the energy. Transmute it. For example, the way that I transmuted all the molestation that I experienced throughout my life, how I was sold to this Masonic order for them to molest me so that they could study me, how, family was involved, lovers were hired to poison me, to put things in my drink, which is another thing that we need to be mindful of. For those people who are speaking out, be women who are speaking out and things like that, anyone that's speaking out, be mindful of who you interact, new people that you meet, because these people are very strategic. They will hire someone and have them put a mic in your drink. Okay? It's very, very real. So just be mindful. Again, the way that I alchemize is I write. I wrote 2 books. One was the first one, the one that says, who am I? Where did I come from? Because I have no history of my origins. My memory was wiped and all I remember is sexual abuse. And then as I'm healing, my memory is coming back. And the other one was my life as a secret agent as the Most High God, in which I speak about these secret societies and how God is using me as an instrument to bring these people down, so that they could actually believe in God, because they don't believe in God. This is why they act the way they do, because they do not believe in God. They worship Satan. And they portray themselves to be religious leaders, politicians, good members of society, things like that. Right? So we can ascend from this. We can take this as training grounds to be able to use it for our ascension purpose and heal. Choose to heal. Choose to forgive. Choose to not pass judgment. I'll be back with more.